Hey guys, what's up? Quick video for you today. So I'm out at my local park, and I haven't come out hiking or camping in several months. Just kind of took the winter off, and now that it's like super hot or getting super hot in Florida, I figured it was probably a really good time to come out to the woods so I can be uncomfortable. Seriously though, uh, kind of my mission, my goal for today's hike was I heard some of the blackberries and blueberries might be blooming. And I do like to come here every summer to collect berries. Normally I do it with my daughter, but it's the middle of the week. So I might bring her here again next weekend that I have her. But yeah, this is a solo trip, just early in the morning, get up by myself. So I hit the trail a little after 7 in the morning. The temps were just, I think my thermometer, my Jeep said 71 degrees. So a little bit of a breeze. So I'm in shorts and a t-shirt, but I could have been in pants and like a flannel or like a light jacket and been just as fine. But I knew it was gonna warm up, so I went ahead and did the shorts and the t-shirt thing. So the hike itself was pretty good. There are some horseflies here. I've been bit, I think, 3 times so far. So that kind of sucks, but you know, it goes with the territory. Um, I only had to hike like a mile, 2 miles in to some blueberry bushes that I know of that were definitely fruiting. So I did manage to collect a whole bunch. I only collect the big plump ones, the ones that are like all the way ripe. There are plenty of smaller ones that you know, still need a little more time. I leave those, you know, for the deer, the critters, the rabbits, whatever eats them. Honestly, I'm not really sure, but I don't want to strip the plants clean. I just take just enough to be able to go home and make some biscuits, muffins, pancakes, something along those lines. So I brought Nalgene with me, and you know, not only is it a second container in case I do need to get more water, but I just throw some berries in there. As you can see, I didn't really collect much. Like I said, just enough for some muffins or something. You know, I like to, like I said, you know, leave the majority of them for you know, the wildlife. Another thing I thought I would discuss is the kind of like minimalist kit that I brought with me. I didn't pack a whole lot, just really like the necessities, stuff I knew I'd use, say like the Nalgene, and then like a minimal what if type stuff, you know, stuff in case I need to make a fire, shelter, that kind of thing. But I figured we'd dig into the pack real quick and I'll show you what I brought. Okay, so right out of the gate, for sun protection, I have a hat, a little hidden woodsman hat. As you can see, when one of my dogs was a puppy, he got a hold of it, but I don't care, it gives it character. Sunglasses, these are just cheap Amazon sunglasses, because I wasn't sure how long I'd be out here, and in case you're not from Florida, it's pretty sunny here, so yeah, sunglasses. On my person, outside of the lumbar pack, I just have a my Pine Ridge forage knife. It's a little, I can't remember how big it is, 3.5 inch scanty grind knife, and a ferro rod. So that's all that I have on me in my pockets outside of what's in this pack. Now, as you can see, I am in the front of the park. This is like a camping area. Best place, there's picnic tables, you know, so I can sit down and discuss things like that. Discuss things like what's in my pack. That's what I mean. So here's the pack. It is the Helicon Tex MK Foxtrot, MK2 Foxtrot. I don't know, it's a lumbar pack. I've had it for quite a while. I do like it. It does get pretty heavy once you're carrying a bunch of water and gear and such. It does have a whole like harness system, but I don't really like wearing that. If I'm gonna wear all that, I may as well just bring a backpack. Although it does keep the heat off your back. But for a minimalist trip like this, it works really well. So right off the top of the gate, so it does have like a pretty hefty grab handle, and there's this plastic carabiner on here. This I'm not really using for anything. This is what I use to hang this thing up in the closet. So this it isn't for anything else. I just left it on there so I wouldn't lose it. And of course, right on the top is a shmog. So I pretty much don't go on any kind of outdoor trips without a shmog or a handkerchief, or I do have, no horsefly, I do have a merino wool buff. Sometimes I use that instead, but majority of the trips, it's a shmog. yeah, they work. And I already discussed the Nalgene with the berries. As you can see, it's got some pretty cool stickers on it. I don't think you're allowed to have an Nalgene without putting stickers on it. I think it's like a prerequisite. Like when you buy them from RAI, you know, they give you a questionnaire, you're gonna put stickers on this, you say yes, they allow you to buy it. This is a Clean Canteen stainless steel single wall bottle. I've had this thing for years. As you can see, it's beat up, burnt, dented, and full of cold water, which I'm gonna drink a little bit of right this second. I need to drink way more of that, but we'll do that after the video. So, in the front pocket here, I have tent stakes and a dedicated ridge line with Prussics on it. I'm not going to pull it out. If you're watching this video, you've probably seen ridge lines before. But I could easily fabricate tent stakes out here, but that's just something, I mean, you know, it takes like 5 minutes, but if I can just carry these and just, you know, the whole idea of setting up a shelter would probably be something that I would want to do quickly, you know, in case of a storm or whatever. So I just don't want to have to forage for sticks and make tent stakes. Yeah, I'll just carry them instead. So, not that I haven't made my own tent stakes in the woods. I've made them more times than I can count, but in this case I knew I wasn't bringing much, just because there's some tent stakes in there. All right, now into the pack. Right on top, I have my Sawyer squeeze and a 2-liter CNOC bag. I found for any kind of hiking, really for a majority of my trips. This combo is pretty much the best water filter system that I can use, and I've tried a whole bunch, including a grill. Yes, I have a grill. This is still better. It's lighter, it's smaller, it's packable, it filters faster. The grill, I would use that, you know, in some kind of like urban setting, you know, if I had to worry about things like heavy metals and stuff, but out here that's not a concern. So, Sawyer. For any kind of like survival shelter or rain protection, I have a 1-wind poncho tarp. I did a video on this however long ago, and yeah, as you can see, packed small, super light. Summers here, I avoid rain jackets because they just turn you into like a sweat box. And honestly, in Florida, our rainy season is our summer season, so it's usually really, really hot when it rains. So most of the time I don't even cover up from the rain. Like, there's no fear of hypothermia on Florida summer day, even summer nights really. So there's threats of hyperthermia where you can overheat, heat stroke, you know, heat exhaustion, things like that, which I have suffered from. So if it rains, there's probably a good chance I'm just going to let it rain on me without even covering up so I can cool down. So it's one of the differences between Florida and a lot of other places. Here you want to cool down, not warm up, for like literally a majority of the year. Our 3 seasons are winter, spring, and fall, which is really winter, summer, and less summer. But, you know, you got to bring the survival stuff just in case, because I do go off trail. If I get turned around or something happens, I do have a shelter for the night, and a sole emergency bivvy. I've tried this thing down to, I went on a trip with Tim Gates a couple years ago, and with a sleeping pad in a tent, I think it was in the 40s, and I was wearing like a full base layer, and I was freezing. So this thing for me is a summer shelter only. There's plenty of videos out there that do reviews on this where guys say they've been in the 40s and stuff like that and been fine. That was not the case for me. I don't know how they do it, unless they're setting their shelter on fire. But anyway, that's pretty much it. So when you talk about the 5 C's, I have my knife for cutting, my ferro rod for combustion. You know, I'm not carrying matches or cotton balls and Vaseline. With my ferro rod, honestly, I have practiced an embarrassing amount of hours with that thing to where I can get a fire in under a couple minutes out here, even in the worst conditions. Not only that, like, I enjoy using a ferro rod over, you know, pretty much anything else. Like guys that go in the garage and make a table, you could go to the store and buy a table, but it's fun to make it yourself, right? Same thing with the ferro rod for me. I enjoy using it. And yeah, so knife, ferro rod, container, I think it's pretty obvious. It's holding my water now, but if I had to boil water or anything like that, I can do that in this. I do like the smaller mouth opening, bottle opening. I don't know, the mouth hole. I like the mouth hole to be a little smaller. I got a drinking problem, so anytime you know, like if I'm using like a wide mouth bottle, and you know, I got a drinking problem. That's an airplane joke if you've ever seen the movie, but like I know that it's going to be hard to do things like make char cloth and stuff in this, but I probably wouldn't be doing that anyway, or I would use other methods. So container, cover, cordage is the ridge line, and yeah, so I got the 5 C's covered. I got my berries, and I'm all good. Buddy, it's warming up. So if you're just here for the foraging aspect and the pack loadout, that's pretty much it for that. I am going to film a little bit and just kind of talk about myself for a hot minute in case anybody's interested. I took pretty much the whole winter season off of hiking and camping and all that stuff. You know, I've been doing this for years, and I just kind of needed a little bit of a break, I think, to you know, reignite like my love for it. I got to where like I really missed it, and which is inconvenient since it's now summertime and it kind of really sucks camping in Florida in the summertime. I do it occasionally, but it's not nearly as cool, no pun intended, as camping in like say like December or January or something. But yeah, I've been doing other things. I haven't even really been carving as much. I got back into skateboarding as one of the things. I've been doing that quite a bit. It's kind of like the new cool midlife crisis for dudes like me that grew up skateboarding is, you know, in your 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, getting back into it. It's cheaper than a Corvette. It's fun, and honestly makes me feel like I'm 15 again. I've been having a whole lot of fun doing that. And if you've known me for a while, you might notice I've slimmed down a little bit. So last July, so 10 months ago, I had a routine doctor's visit, and I weighed 245 pounds, and a lot of my blood work is bad. The doctor wanted to put me on cholesterol medicine, you know, statin. There were some other things, like my vitamin D was low. I can't remember. There was like a few things. And but the minute he was like, "Hey, you know, I need to put you on cholesterol medicine," I was like, "Dude, I don't want to do that." You know, I'd been enjoying my life, hanging out in my pool at my house, drinking way too much alcohol on my days off in my pool with my dogs, eating way too many grilled burgers and pizza, and you know, just kind of living it up, and just totally ballooned up. So this is what I looked like last January at the Florida Bushcraft meetup. And obviously you can see this is what I look like now. I have lost 65 pounds. I've done that really outside of the skateboarding, not really a whole lot of exercise, just a lot of diet. I completely changed my diet. I was eating, you know, things like McDonald's and Wendy's, fast food and pizza almost daily, which, you know, hence the cholesterol problems. And so I switched all that up, started eating a whole lot of grilled chicken, a lot of veggies like broccoli. One of the common dinners I get when I go home from work, because, you know, I'm gone. I work 12-hour days, sometimes 13, you know, with the commute. I'm gone 14, 15 hours, and I'll work a few days in a row, so I have to have like quick meals when I get home. So I'll grill up like a whole lot of chicken at one time, and when I get home, I have a little bit of rice, half a cup, like a good amount of broccoli, and 3, 4, 6 ounces of chicken, depending on how hungry I am at the time. So yeah, so that's like, it's not the only thing I eat, but it's a good example of how I went from eating, you know, double cheeseburgers from McDonald's to eating clean, and it completely changed everything. Like I said, I lost 65 pounds. People always ask me if I feel better, and I don't know if I necessarily feel better so much as like I never really feel bad anymore. Like I don't feel like shit after I eat dinner, or like bloated or slow, or, you know, anything like that. I sleep better, like everything is just better. And I had, you know, another routine visit a couple days ago where I had blood work done, and all of my blood work is normal now. Like all those things that were bad have now been corrected. and all I did was change my diet. If anything, outside of the skateboarding, I exercise less because I haven't been, hiking 10 miles a day, 20 miles a day on my days off. I haven't been riding my bike. Haven't been doing any of that. I have been getting awesome doing manuals and curb tricks. So, but anyway, yeah. So figured I would just share that little bit. Sorry for the break. A couple of my friends give me a hard time about not making videos, but like I said, my heart just wasn't really in it for a while. Needed a break, but yeah, here I am. And it's getting a little later in the day. It's getting warm. I have the whole day off, but I work the next 4 days in a row. So in case you're not doing the math, that's going to be about a 50-hour day, 50 hours in 4 days. So I'm going to take full advantage of my day off. And I'm going to go home, put this stuff up. I'm going to change clothes, and I'm going to go skateboarding for a while, and then probably go home and play with my dogs in the pool. Unless I end up in the emergency room, of course. There was always that. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me ramble. Thanks for continuing to check in on the rare occasion that I do post a video. And hopefully I'll see you guys again soon. Thanks for watching.